Hi guys, it's Miss Kinney. This is the lesson for October 20th and October 21st, and we are going to be talking about biconditional statements. So wish me luck. This is the second time I've tried this recording, so hopefully it goes through this time. My first one messed up. It didn't load. I don't know. Anyways, so I'm going to be doing the notes on just paper because I've already done them in my notebook, and I don't want to mess up my notebook. I like it nice and neat. So again, today we're talking about biconditional statements. As you all know, real quick announcement, the grading policy has changed. Right now, all I know is that daily grades can be accepted up until November 4th. That might change by the time you're watching this, but that's what we have right now. So any daily assignment that's in the grade book can be redone for full credit. You just need to go to the red folder in Schoology called First 9 Weeks Makeup Assignments. Okay, just so you can find any daily grade in there to redo. As of right now, I don't know about test. I'm still waiting on that. So you'll see emails from me. But anyways, okay. So get out your notebooks, pause it if you need to, find your notebook, and we're gonna talk about biconditional statements. And I'm gonna go ahead and flip the camera around real quick. All right. There we go. Let me zoom in just a little bit. All right, so 10, 20 through 10, 21, biconditional statements. So we've talked about conditional statements, converse, inverse, contrapositive, all of that. So we're going to kind of review two of those right now. So the conditional statement is if P, then Q, right? If I study for my test, then I will pass, right? Converse of that is where you flip them. So if Q, then P. If I pass my test, then I studied. And so a biconditional statement combines the conditional and the converse. So we're going to write that. Biconditional statements combine the conditional and the converse. And I'll tell you what that means in just a second, so just write it, okay? I hope that you guys are finding this unit a little bit easier than Unit 1. I know Unit 1 had a lot of stuff in it, plus fractional distance, and nobody likes that. Okay, so what this means is, well, first of all, before I even tell you what a biconditional statement is, the only way you can write a biconditional statement is if the conditional statement and its converse are both true. So we're gonna put big marks here. So biconditionals can only be made if the conditional and the converse are true. If one of them is false, you just say, I can't do it. Like, you can't write a biconditional. Doesn't exist. So, the way a biconditional reads. So, a biconditional does not start with the word if. This is the only one that doesn't start with the word if. So it reads, P, if and only if Q, or Q, if and only if P. And we write that with like a double arrow here. I know I'm going fast, so make sure that you pause it, okay, so that you can get this all down. So I'm going to give you a conditional statement, and we're going to see if we can write the biconditional. So, example 1, write the biconditional if possible. So I'm going to give you the conditional statement. And I try to use short ones so that you're not writing too much, because I know this is a lot of writing. if a person is alive, then the person is breathing. Okay, so pause it real quick and finish writing that. So the conditional says, if a person is alive, then the person is breathing. Is this true or false? You have to ask yourself that no matter what, because we're going to go back up here. It says biconditional can only be made if the conditional and the converse are true. So is this a true or false statement? It is true. Now, once we figure that out, we're going to write the converse, because we need to see if the converse is also true or if not, it's false. So if I flip it, if a person is breathing, then the person is alive. If a person is breathing, then the person is alive. And so this one was true. Is this one true? If a person is breathing, so someone that's breathing, are they alive? Yes, it is true. And you're like, well, Miss, what if they're on a ventilator? Well, whatever. Still, they're still alive. They're technically alive. So they're both true. Don't overthink these either. That's where you might get mixed up. Like that's where you can tend to mess up if you try to overthink this. Okay, so because they're both true, we can write the statement. And there's two ways you can write it. So remember that it never, so the biconditional does not start, oh, I like this pen. The biconditional does not start with the word if. So it says, if I go back to the conditional, a person is alive if and only if the person is breathing. Or you can put the person is breathing if and only if the person is alive. Both of those are acceptable answers. And so you can write it any way you want. I'm just going to go off the conditional. So a person is alive if and only if, you have to have those words in there, a person is breathing. And that would be your answer. All right, same thing, we're going to do another one, example 2. Same exact, write the biconditional possible. So I'll write that right. The biconditional, if possible. So the conditional statement is, if you ate a banana, then you ate a fruit. Then you ate fruit. Okay. If you ate banana, then you ate fruit. Ask yourself, is it true or false? It is true. So we're going to mark yes. So let's write the converse now. So we're going to flip it. If you ate fruit, then you ate a banana. So is this true or false? Well, if you ate fruit, does it have to be a banana? I'm going to say this is false because it doesn't have to say, it doesn't have to be a banana. So because it's false, now you remember when we first learned biconditional or conditional statements, when we learned about the hypothesis and the conclusion. To prove a statement false, you have to give a counterexample. So we're going to go ahead and give a counterexample. So a counterexample in this case would be, well, if you ate fruit, then you ate, well, it could be anything, right? It could be a strawberry. It could be grapes, kiwi, any fruit pretty much other than banana, because if you ate fruit, it could be any of these things. And so we would give a counterexample instead of biconditional. All right, 2 more examples that we're going to go over. So I'm going to give you So example 3, I'm going to give you the biconditional. I want you to write the conditional and converse. Write the conditional statement and converse. So the biconditional, I guess I'll write it all out. I'm trying to be lazy. I'm sorry, guys. I won't be lazy. So the biconditional is a coin is worth a cent if and only if it is a penny. All right, so there's 2 statements that we can get out of here. So the conditional, now remember the conditional and the converse start with the word if. So if a coin is worth a cent, then it is a penny. And then once we have that, we know how to write the converse, we just flip it. So if a coin is a penny, then it is worth a cent. And there you go. One more. Same thing. Example 4. Write the conditional. Statement. And the converse. So the biconditional, now I know I'm writing fast, make sure that you're pausing it, okay? Biconditional is a number is even if and only if it is divisible by 2. Now remember, all other statements, conditional, converse, inverse, contrapositive, all of those always start with if and then. So start with if, sorry. So the conditional here, we know it starts with the word if. If a number is even, then it is divisible by 2. And then now that we have that, the converse is if a number is divisible by 2, then it is even. All right, and there you go. So let me flip you back around.